Well, today we're going to talk about the home inspection process from the buyer's perspective. They have 5 business days to have the house inspected by a professional home inspector. And that inspector usually takes, maybe 2, maybe 3 hours, depending on the size of the house. And almost always that home inspector is going to find something. Even when the house is brand new, the buyer still goes through the house with the builder at closing. They create what they call a punch list, which are little items that need to be fine-tuned before the house is ready to actually be moved into. So with a house that's 5 years or 10 years or 20 or even 50 years old, there are going to be some issues that the inspector is going to find. What happens after the inspector has looked at the house, the buyer takes the inspection report, and I go over it with the buyer. Now, within the contract, the buyer is limited to making requests for health and safety defects. Minor repairs, routine maintenance, cosmetic issues are not to be brought up. It's supposed to be serious health and safety defects. So I take that list of the health and safety issues and I talk to the seller's attorney. I write a formal letter and then I usually call them up and talk over the phone about the issues. As a real estate attorney, I work with both buyers and sellers and I understand the thought process of the seller. So when I'm working with the buyer, I already know a little bit of how the seller's most likely gonna handle the issues that are brought up. And the seller usually goes through a wide range of emotions. It usually starts out with denial. A lot of sellers will say, that the house may not be perfect, but it's perfectly habitable, and there's nothing wrong with that roof or with that basement flooding issue or that. Is ultimately, if it's a serious health or safety defect, just about every buyer is going to bring it up. And if the seller really wants to sell the house, they're going to have to address that issue one way or another. So I work with that seller's attorney and we negotiate those issues till we come to a compromise that's great for both parties. And it usually means either resolving that issue, having a contractor or a professional go in and repair the issue, or it means working out a credit at closing so that after the house has been sold, the buyer can have their own contractor, their own trusted professional go in and fix the issue.